Hey, and welcome to Soul Arts Experience and How To. I'm your host, Mary-Laurence Bevington. Happy solstice. It's almost upon us. I'm gonna light a little candle with my All Good Now lighter. Bam. Officially, this is the longest night of the year because theoretically the sun stands still tomorrow. I'm talking Northern Hemisphere. So if you're watching from the Southern Hemisphere, that might not be the case for you. In fact, actually, it would definitely not be the case if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. You are having the longest day of the year. But yeah, tomorrow, for all of us, our sun moves into Capricorn from Sagittarius, the mutable fires, most philosophical of all the signs, Sagittarius. And Capricorn is a sweet, earthy cardinal sign. So launching into a new season. So our days soon will be shifting. They always are, but we have this solstice, the stillness of the sun, the still point of the year. It's a polarity with the other solstice, which is when our sun moves from Gemini into Cancer. And it's really in Northern Hemisphere a time for our light to return. We have had such a week. So many things have happened that create an inner effect of strangeness where we interplay with the light in a way that feels perhaps heavy or dark. And to be clear, I'm speaking of the tragic things that have happened all over the world. And as you're likely aware, during these solstice times, equinox times as well, the earth herself is in her shake. She's in a bit of a growth period herself. And then just a little bit after the solstice, we have this grand day, December 25th. And whether you celebrate it as Christmas or Shiftmas. I recently heard for the police community, they call it Shiftmas, or perhaps just you call it something like the Yuletide season. If you call the solstice Yule, for example. So 12 days after that day, if you do the math, that brings us all the way to January 6th. And that day, our eyes, these ones in our head, will in fact see that the sun has returned in a more full way temporally. The days are longer and they start getting longer right away, but it's really not until January 6th that we really notice it. Now, some folks claim they can notice it towards the end of December, turn of the solar year, 1st of January. That may well be. I see that January 6th as such a clear time to see sun is coming back. Of course, now I was reared in the Catholic religion. I'm culturally somewhat still Catholic, though true confession, I do not go to Mass very often. When my mommy was alive, I would go with her, but I don't, it doesn't happen. I've got a whole slew of brothers, and some of them still go, but in the Catholic religion, we called it the Feast of the Epiphany, and we were meant to go to Mass that day. It was a holy day. Holy, 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 as Allen Ginsberg said in his poem, Howl. And it's thought to be the day that the Magi find their way to this little baby that brings them hope. They've been following Polaris, the northern star, on their journey, and the three magi, the wise men, bring frankincense, myrrh, and gold to this little baby. And it's a momentous occasion. And there's so much fun lore around it, symbolically, metaphorically, a baby being born into the world, being born into the darkness, which really it's how it happens with babies. Babies are born all the time, and there's dark and there's light all the time in myriad fashion. So this wonderful event of the baby coming arrives, and also this wonderful event that continues every year of us being able to see the sun and see the days lengthening, and what that does to our inner system, what that does to our sensory experience, because nature, all of the flora and fauna, creepy crawlies, animals, and such are experiencing it too. So happy solstice, cheerful solstice. May your day be blessed in a million different ways. And maybe you'll go to Red Rocks Amphitheater, which is part of the Denver, Colorado park system. So it's open like a park. You can go there and join a drum circle and drum in the sun. Maybe you're doing something like a special dance at sunrise, or come little later in the morning, maybe you'll do some kind of ritual to welcome in the day. Hard telling, not knowing, but I wish you well and hang in there. As they used to say when I was a little kid, hang in there, baby. Friday's coming. We know Friday's coming with any luck. Although, of course, tomorrow is Sunday, the sun's day. I'm recording on Saturday, Saturn's day, a dark day, right after the black moon, the new moon. New lunar month also starts on the solstice. We've already started it, but it's the third day of the lunar month on the solstice, and that's the day when the crescent moon waxing is visible on the western horizon. I say that maybe every video I make. It's pretty much one of my favorite things. Okay, friends, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it if you interact with this channel when you can. And my question for you is, how will you celebrate the return of the light? What might you do? What might you dream up? What might you be? Dot, dot, dot. And I will catch you around the bend.